Hey fan, it's me Aaron for a comic show, and this week the best book easily was Dark Days, The Forge, issue 1, and it's oversized, it's $4.99. It's a prelude to Metal, which is a summer blockbuster that's coming, and I'm saying that now because I've read this and I know what's coming is going to be a blockbuster. Yes, it's a foil cover, but I don't want to hear any bullshit about that, okay? Because DC's doing these sparingly so far. And the story is about metal, different metals in the DC universe, and this is chrome, like a metal, you know, foil, chrome, whatever. And the book delivered. The book freaking was amazing. Snyder and Capullo have been seeding this story all the way back to the very beginning of their run, all the way back to Court of Owls with the metal with the talons and how it brought them back to life. And apparently that didn't sit well with Batman because it didn't make any sense. And he's been pulling this thread of this metal, and now it's linked to all of these other metals in the DC universe. Obviously the ninth metal with Hawkman that goes all the way back to Egypt, and then things going back to the beginning of time, different generations of heroes, all the way to now, and I guess the future, and Apocalypse, and other universes, the dark antimatter universe. It's crazy. There's a really cool reveal at the end with a character that was talking. It's narrated by Hawkman, but then there's another character in the end that starts kind of narrating, talking, and then when that's revealed, it's freaking awesome. There's a bunch of guest stars that are great, and some characters we haven't seen in a long time that I like. And this book really, really was exciting. And I do believe Snyder and Capullo when they say that metal will melt your face off. It is like a metal concert, rock and roll in comics. This was awesome. I would absolutely give a money-back guarantee on this book. If you don't like this book, there's something wrong with you and not the book, because, like, seriously, it had me just full of exclamations, full of aw shit moments, and I loved it. Dark Days, The Forge, seriously get it. Your store might have under-ordered it because we had to order it way in advance, and because it had the special cover, and it's not tied to anything yet. It's just what's leading into something. So I think that a lot of stores under-ordered on it. So not only get it, try to get it on Wednesday, seriously, before it shoots up and nobody has it. So because DC doesn't really get second prints out that fast. They're doing it with the Batman 24, but they don't do that very often. Moving on, Bug, The Adventures of Forger. I am in love with this book. I'm in love with Young Animal. And you see these guys on the cover. The only thing really linking them, all four of them, the Golden Age Blue Beetle, Golden Age Sandman, Sandy, and Bug, is that they were all worked on by Jack Kirby, which is cool. It's his 100th anniversary, his 100th birthday this year of him, the king. And I didn't know that he worked on Blue Beetle. Apparently he did the strips and might have done it in a pseudonym, but I looked it up and it was true. So cool, and I'm really digging that book. Moving on to the Looney Tunes DC crossover. We have Bugs Bunny, Legion of Superheroes with Super Bugs, and Martian Manhunter, Marvin the Martian crossover, which is basically obligatory. They had to do this just based on the names. I had said this a while back when DC was doing amazing stuff with Hanna-Barbera. I was like, you know what? DC is doing this amazing stuff with Hanna-Barbera, but do you know what they have as a property that's been languishing? Looney Tunes. Why don't they do something with Looney Tunes? Why don't they give this Hanna-Barbera treatment to Looney Tunes, and then this gets announced? I'm like, yes, this is awesome. And if you ever like Legion of Superheroes Bugs Bunny is the book for you. It is playfully satirical about the old Legion continuity and old Legion stuff, and editorial boxes and thought bubbles and all that stuff, but it's a fun story. It's charming, and Bugs Bunny is wacky. He's perfect. Sam Humphries wrote actual funny jokes in here, which, you have to be as funny as Bugs Bunny. And it kind of puts in continuity that Bugs Bunny does have some type of like power set. Like, he does things that, breaks the laws of physics, and somehow he could just magically be in drag in seconds, which I know is impossible in real life, but he does it. And that book's great. Marvin, the Martian Manhunter. This was, it was cool. It wasn't as good as Legion and Bugs Bunny to me, but I love the redesign of Marvin the Martian, and it was also a cool book. And they have back stories that are more cartoony, and the backup story in Martian and Martian is really good. So moving on, Teen Titans Volume 1 Rebirth. Damien's Titans is out in collection. A lot of people were getting antsy about that. It's here now. And Mother Panic Volume 1 is out. Moving on to Marvel Defenders. This is The Defenders from Netflix Defenders, and it is by the guy you want it to be by, Brian Michael Bendis, because he's great with these street level characters. This is great to get him on Daredevil again. And obviously Jessica Jones he's good at, and Luke Cage, and let's throw Iron Fist in there because why not? He's on the show. So it's a street level team written by Bendis, and it's good, and it's out before the TV show, but you know, it's its own Marvel Universe stuff. Obviously they're doing it this way and calling it that because of what's percolating with the TV, but it's Bendis on Daredevil again, and I'm sold just based on that alone. I loved his run on Daredevil. Moving on, Secret Empire 4 is out. This issue was so heavily Hank Pym Ultron that if you didn't read that original graphic novel by Rick Remender, you need to go back and read that because this is what it is. This is where he's showing up again, and he's having a major impact on Secret Empire. He wants to come and reassemble the Avengers because he was a founding member and blah, blah, blah. He thinks he can, you know, make these two guys hug and make up and, you know, whatever. So there's that. And there's still more seeding in of that crazy reveal at the end of issue 2 where we have that Steve Rogers. There's more of that in here. So good times. Secret Empire United, Jim Zub. This was a fun little tie-in. I enjoyed it. It was heavy on mutants, heavy on mutant characters that aren't in other stuff, and Zorn's in it, and there was also a really big reveal of a secret behind-the-scenes character that is a big deal for the mutants that I'm not using pronouns, but this, so obviously I'm not using pronouns, it has to be a female, duh, like, sorry guys, but anyway, it's a character that we haven't seen, and she shows up here, and it's awesome. So there's that. X-Men Blue 5, yes, it is Wolverine's son, the son of Wolverine, that is him. He's here in our post-Secret Wars world. He's a kid, he's on this team, I'm there, that's cool, I'm enjoying that book. And then finally Venom, 151's out. They continued the numbering of 150, not like they've done in the past where they do a big anniversary issue and then continue the old numbering. This is 151, it's Venom versus dinosaurs, you know, Savage Land stuff, and just to be awesome, Venom, the first volume's out this week with issues 1 through 6. So if you get this 1 through 6, you already have 150, you get 151, you have them all. So there's that. And Eddie Brock is back. He's back. I mean, it's on the cover. He says, we're back. I mean, what else could they be talking about? And then finally for Marvel, this is a publishing initiative between Marvel and Archie. It's a digest size thing for, you know, kids are reading on the toilet or whatever. I don't know what digests are for, but it's great reprints. You got old stuff, all the way up to modern stuff, and some of the kids' cartoon stuff, all in one collection for $6.99. And it's going to be at your neighborhood supermarket. You know, like when you're checking out at, like, say, Publix, when you have your chicken tenders sub and whatnot, and you say, oh, there's Archie. Why isn't there ever any Marvel or DC here? Well, because I guess Archie owns the space and they're renting it out to Marvel. I think that's true. I don't know. That has to be true. I didn't actually research it, but it's Archie and Marvel. That has to be true. So moving on. Get that for a kid. A kid will love it. My son loves Spider-Man. Moving on to indie stuff. A Bitch Planet triple feature. They're all my sisters. This is a side story to Bitch Planet, but it's the characters and themes and everything you know and love. It is it's important, obviously, whenever a creator-owned book does something that is extra material, like even a source book, like Lazarus' source book, it is important and integral to the overall story because the story is owned by the creator. It's not, decisions aren't made by corporate marketing to make more money this quarter. This story is something where the creator says, hey, I want to tell this story, but I want to tell it in this format. And that's what it is. So if you do get Bitch Planet, you really should get this. That's how creator-owned books go. You know, if you're collecting one, you get all the tie-ins because there's only going to be a few, and they were all absolutely approved by the creator, and it all keeps the book going, keeps things fresh and on the stands. And every single time something like that happens with a tie-in for creator-owned stuff, it always comes back. It always is an Easter egg or something seeded that comes to fruition later. People are like, huh, I didn't see that coming. And they're like, well, you didn't read that one-shot special source book, miniseries, whatever. Oh, yeah, cool. Where is that? You know, that's what it is. Also, Image this week, you have Kill the Minotaur. This is actually a period piece book. It's, I would say beautifully drawn, but it's very, very gory. It's well-detailed, gory stuff, and it's hardcore. If you want something that's a period piece from that, check it out, flip through it. I think if you have any interest in it, the execution is very well done. There's that, you know, I'm not gonna spoil any twists or anything, but flip through it. If you like it, pick it up. And then finally, Aftershock, they're kind of killing it with me lately. Garth Ennis, Jimmy's Bastards, this book had me chuckling. I've always loved Garth Ennis, you know, back to Vertigo, Preacher, through Dynamite and the Boys, like everything. His Punisher run's legendary. But this was, it was cool. It's an older fella, an older kind of British spy, James Bondsy type guy that is dealing with modern problems and, you know, deals with it in ways that are not PC. And he also has a problem of having lots of unprotected sex with lots of women over his life. So Jimmy's Bastards is literally an army of his illegitimate offspring that have now formed a cult that want to kill him. So there's that. Does that sound awesome? It is awesome. So if you ever like Garth Ennis, check this out. It was solid. I loved it. And finally, before I go, Heroes Con is this weekend in Charlotte. I love Heroes Con. I'm going with my pal Cap, and we're gonna have a table in Artist Alley table 100 for Lightning Dogs. Lightning Dogs, this is a sketchbook we're gonna have for $5. It's a new series that Cap is producing, or Cap's making himself with people from the Nerdy Show and other affiliates in our group of very creative friends. Yes, it's kind of a play off of Thundercats, but it is authentic, it's clever, you'll like it if you like any of that stuff. I mean, it's not Thundercats Ho, but it's like Lightning Dogs, I guess I have to howl, like Lightning Dogs Ho! But check it out, come see it. We're doing, Cap will be there. You can talk to him about it. Then we're doing some panels. I'll be doing the panel with curse words with Charles Soule. That should be awesome. That is Friday at, what was that, 1:30? Friday at 2. Friday at 2. So check that out. That'll be me. I love Soule. I love curse words. Then Cap is going to be doing the LGBTQ plus panel, LGBTQ panel on Saturday? Friday at 5. And then Sunday, he is also doing a Cerebus panel. So at 1:30. Did I get that one right? All right, yes. 1 for 3. But we will be at Artist Alley, booth 100. Come say hi. It'll be fun, and check out Lightning Dogs. It's very fun, very creative, and I think you'll like it. If you were a child of the 80s, 90s, it has all that stuff in there, but a really good mythos they're crafting. They're not like getting ahead of themselves. So, you know, it's a sketchbook. There's some podcast stuff. They have big plans. LightningDogs.com, and I have every faith they'll execute it well. So come see us at HeroesCon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.